Hi, my name is Vanessa van Dijk, and in today's video I'm going to show you how you can use Hada Labo Gokujyun Oil Cleanser, which is suitable for all skin types and it is fragrance free. Now I want to show you how it performs based on how well it is able to remove the sunscreen and makeup that I'm currently wearing, so that you can see its performance in case you want to get it but you aren't sure how well it does dissolve it. And then I also want to teach you how you can use it on its own, or if you want to include it in your double cleanse. Now when using it on its own, you can go ahead and do so and then use it either in the morning and or evening as your single cleanser to wash your face. It is an all-in-one cleanser that's able to properly remove any excess oil, dirt, sweat, makeup and sunscreen from the skin. And depending on how well you're removing it later on, it does not really leave a weird residue afterwards. However, if you just specifically want to use the oil cleanser in a double cleanse, then it's going to be the first cleanser since it is an oil cleanser, and then you're moving on to your water-based cleanser, which can be a gel, a foam or cream cleanser depending on your skin type as well as your specific needs, so that you can remove the residue and maybe any last traces of sunscreen and makeup and target your skin type specifically. Now I want to get into the application so that you can see the demonstration. So you can go ahead and use the cleanser when washing your face above the sink, or take the cleanser with you in the shower. But one thing that won't change is that you need to apply the oil cleanser on dry skin at first, and then later on you're going to remove it with water. And so when using water, I always recommend using lukewarm water to warm water so that it feels comfortable on the skin and that you're making sure that everything comes properly off. So at first I want to show you how it performs by just using it on its own, and then I want to lead into the double cleanse as well. Now I have prepared everything right here so that you then will see the steps. So first of all, we are just keeping the focus on the oil cleanser, and I'm going to now apply it on dry skin, and I'm going to massage it on top of my sunscreen and makeup that I'm currently wearing. So go ahead, take the oil cleanser and then dispense between 1 to 2 pumps on the palm of your hand, which is more or less about a coin size amount. Blend it between your hands and then start massaging it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute. If you're wearing sunscreen and makeup, you can go ahead and extend that period a bit more, so that you're making sure that you have enough time to get into every corner so that you can properly dissolve it before you're going to rinse it off. So it easily breaks down the foundation that I'm currently wearing. And now I want to get into the waterproof stuff that I'm having on, which is the lip liner as well as my mascara. So as you can see, it easily dissolves the waterproof lip liner that I have on without any issues. And now I'm moving on to the eyes. Now when massaging the cleanser around the eyes as well as around your lips, make sure that you can gently do this, but make sure to not get it into your eyes. If that should be the case, I recommend rinsing it with water. So, and once you massage it all over your face and neck, you now can go ahead and rinse it off with lukewarm water to warm water. Now, to some extent, using your hands may be enough. However, especially if you're trying to remove your sunscreen and makeup, I highly recommend getting at first most of it off with your hands, and then use a soft and fresh washcloth in between, also known as those makeup cloths, which you can wet. And then this can help you to really make sure that any residue of the oil cleanser as well as your makeup and last traces of sunscreen will come off by removing it from the skin, and then rinse it off again with water, and then you're going to pat the skin dry. So now once you're done with taking off the oil cleanser and you want to use it on its own, now would be the time to take a fresh towel and pat the skin dry, and then there you have it. However, if you now want to lead into a double cleanse, which is usually in your evening skincare routine, well then once you have rinsed it off, you're going to leave the skin wet, and then you're going to move on to your water-based cleanser, which usually needs to be applied on wet skin. And then make sure that you're choosing the right cleanser for your needs as well as for your skin type. I have 2 examples right here, and I'm going to use CeraVe's Hydrating Cleanser, which is great for normal to dry skin. And so again, use between 1 to 2 pumps, which should be more or less about a coin size amount on the palm of your hand. About that much. Then blend it between your hands, and then again massage it all over your face and neck for about 30 seconds to a minute to make sure that you can get the oil cleanser properly off the skin if you still should have any residue left, as well as any makeup or sunscreen traces. Now, if you're able to remove your usual cleanser with your hands and that's enough for you, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, again, I recommend using a soft and fresh washcloth in between to make sure that everything comes properly off the skin. And if you're working with a soft and fresh washcloth, take a new one when now removing your regular cleanser, because you do not want to use the same washcloth where still the traces of makeup, sunscreen and your oil cleanser is left on the cloth itself. So, and now go ahead and take a fresh towel and pat your skin dry. So, and once you have pat the skin dry, then there you have it on how you can use the oil cleanser on its own or include it when doing a double cleanse in your evening skincare routine. Now you can stop right here, that's completely fine. Just use the cleanser to wash your face and then there you have it. Or continue with your usual morning or evening skincare routine, depending on if you want to use it on its own or even do the double cleanse in the evening. However, I do want to emphasize that if you usually use nothing afterwards, but you have a drier skin type, I still recommend following with a moisturizer so that you can keep your skin well hydrated, since your skin is not able to hold on water by itself. Therefore, a moisturizer is highly recommended. And then the moisturizer on its own is going to be the last step in your evening skincare routine. However, of course, during daytime, you would follow with a moisturizer that already contains SPF, or just use your separate moisturizer and separate sunscreen in your morning routine, and there you have it. Now I'm going to go with an evening skincare routine, since I already demonstrated a double cleanse, which usually should be done in the evening. So I'm going to just follow with a moisturizer afterwards. And I'm going to use the Beauty of Joseon Dynasty cream. This is just one great example. It is suitable for all skin types. Now when working with a moisturizer, use about a bean size amount more or less to blend it evenly and thinly all over your face and neck. Now with this specific cream, you can go ahead and basically warm it up between your hands before doing the application, otherwise it may feel a bit sticky. However, if you're using a different moisturizer that does not feel sticky when not warming it up between your hands, well then just place it on your fingertips, blend it between your fingers and then start applying it all over. Now once you have applied your moisturizer all over, you're going to leave it on the skin. There's no need to wash it off, and then this would be an example of an evening skincare routine where the moisturizer is going to be your last step. And so here you have it on how you can use the Hada Labo Gokujyun oil cleanser on its own for a double cleanse, and with what you can follow afterwards if you have a drier skin type. Now I want to remind you that if you enjoyed the example skincare routines that I have shared with you earlier, and you want to learn more about it and go over them in your own time, as well as see some cleansing tips, the sunscreen guide, and an order of application if you should have more than one skincare product that you want to use afterwards, well, you will find everything in the description box down below. Just click on the link and it will bring you to the website where I'm uploading my PowerPoint slides, and then you can either watch them online and go over it in your own time, or even download them to your device. Now I do hope that you enjoyed this video, that you find it helpful. If you did so, please don't forget to give the thumbs up as well as share it. And if you now want to learn more about skincare, I'm going to leave some of the videos at the end of this video so that you can keep on watching. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in the next one. Happy skincaring. Bye!